Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into Yalakang, a company that's built a whole world around a pretty radical idea about sleep, health, and a very unique way of doing business.
So let me just ask you this. What if your nightly sleep wasn't just about resting? What if it was an active recharge? Like plugging your body into a power source? This is the big idea, the really compelling question that sits at the very heart of the entire Yalakang system.
And their whole explanation for how this works, well, it's built on a pretty bold premise. They say that life as we know it actually depends on a fourth fundamental element, one that they claim is just as critical as the sun, the air, and the water that we all take for granted.
All right, Section 1, the fourth element of life. So, what is this mysterious element? The one that their entire philosophy is built on.
Okay, so according to Yalakang's teachings, you've got your four essential elements for life: sunshine, air, water, and magnetism. Now, the key here is that they're not just saying this is a nice-to-have supplement. No, they're positioning this invisible force as a foundational pillar of our very existence.
And this quote, which we pulled right from their training culture, just distills their entire philosophy perfectly. It's so direct. It equates your health with your biological electricity. And of course, that sets the stage for them to offer a way to keep that energy topped up.
Section 2, recharging your body's batteries. So this takes us from the what to the how. How exactly does Yalakang say magnetism turns into more energy? Well, their explanation, it all starts at the cellular level.
Yalakang uses this really powerful analogy to get their point across. They want you to picture each of your cells as a tiny little factory. In this factory, the DNA, that's the blueprint, the RNA, that's the engineer, and this is the most important part for their story, the mitochondria are the power plants. They're the batteries that fuel the whole operation.
So how do you charge these little cellular batteries? In their literature, they frame the whole process as just simple mechanics. First, magnetism enhances molecular motion. This makes that tiny motor inside the mitochondria, it's called ATP synthase, spin faster. And when it spins faster, you get more ATP, more cellular fuel. The factory can run better. It's that simple.
And this is where they really draw a line in the sand. They contrast their method with traditional ones. Getting energy from food or medicine, that all relies on digestion and blood flow, right? Well, they argue those systems just get less efficient as we get older. Their magnetic method, they claim, just bypasses that whole delivery network and penetrates the cells directly.
Okay, Section 3, the education sales model. So we've talked about the health philosophy, but Yalakang is also a business, and its sales model is just as unique as its scientific story.
They actually call it education sales. And what it does is reframe the entire transaction. The company, it's not a company, it's a school. The manager isn't a manager, they're a teacher. And the customer, you're a student. This shift in language is absolutely fundamental to how they operate and, frankly, how they draw people into their world.
So how does this school incentivize its students?
Well, take a look at this table. It's from a company sales document, and it shows the strategy pretty clearly. It's a tiered system designed to get people to buy more. The more a student spends, the bigger the value of the freebies they get. It's a classic and effective strategy.
They also teach this classic sales tactic they call the ABC Golden Rule. Here's how it works. Let's call you person B. Invite your friend C. But here's the trick. You don't do the selling. Nope. Your job is to talk up how great person A, the expert or the lecturer, is. Then A comes in and explains the system to your friend. It's a strategy that's all about using borrowed authority.
Section 4, from user to partner. See, the system is designed not just to create customers. It's designed to turn those customers into evangelists and business partners. And that's a huge part of this ecosystem.
And that path from just being a user to becoming a partner, it's laid out with these really clear financial tiers. A smaller investment gets you in as a silver member. You get a 10% commission. But a larger investment, that makes you a gold member, and it doubles your commission rate to 20%. The incentive is crystal clear.
And then there's this number, 44%. This is presented as a huge incentive. According to one of their internal documents, this is the potential profit margin for a higher-level dealer. It makes the financial promise of the whole system feel incredibly real and tangible. The system is also totally engineered to encourage team building.
So in this profit-sharing example, you can see that while the gold member who leads the team gets the biggest slice of the pie, a pretty significant chunk is set aside for their partners. It's a model that gives everyone a direct financial reason to grow the network together.
Section 5. Selling a healthier dream. Because a system this complex isn't just about science and numbers, right? It's really held together by culture, by community, and by a shared vision.
And if you look at the company's history, you can see this clear pattern of evolution. They started out just importing products back in 2005. Then they branded themselves in 2012, went digital with distribution in 2016, and now they're even bringing in AI to help out. It's a story of constant adaptation to build a stronger business.
And this is the official vision, straight from the founder himself, Liao Yongsheng. He frames the whole mission as being bigger than just selling products. It's about building this modern ecosystem that blends their core health idea with the internet and AI.
To get new members fired up, the company showcases these success stories that fit into really powerful archetypes. You've got Huang Ping, the resilient veteran who overcame adversity to be a top dealer for 7 years straight. And then there's Huang Yuan, the converted skeptic. She doubted the products at first, but then became this passionate believer after they helped her own sleep. These stories make the dream feel like it's within reach.
And this line, it's from their company anthem, and it really captures the emotional heart of the whole thing. It's not just talking about health, it's talking about connection, about community. It's elevating the business into this shared mission to weave a picture of happiness.
So when you put it all together, you have a compelling scientific story, a very clear financial ladder to climb, and this powerful culture of shared dreams. So, have they built something that's more than just a business? Have they actually created a self-perpetuating ecosystem? That is the big question Yao Lai Kong leaves us with. Thanks for joining us for this explainer.